Hi friends, I'm Jennifer Scott and welcome back to my channel, J Scott Beauty. I want to thank all of you who keep showing up. I appreciate it so much. And to any new people, you guys, thank you for being here because it's going to be a shit show. All right, as you can tell, this is a totally blank face today. That's because I have been working so hard to put together today's video. I wanted to do all drugstore favorite products. Now, when I say favorites, I'm taking favorites from a lot of the influencers that I follow on Instagram. There's a whole lot of them that I follow on this channel and on my private channel. Let's see if I can name a few. There's Allie Glines, there's Risa Does Makeup, there's Lisa J Makeup, Harouche, Kathleen Lights, Jaclyn Hill. The list goes on and on. There are tons of people that I follow on both my channels. I follow all these people for a reason. Either A, I find them super entertaining, or I find them super informative. But the one thing that they all have in common is that I trust them. I trust their views, their opinions, how they use makeup, how they feel about it. They all use everything from the least expensive to the most expensive brands. So I really trust their opinions. Plus, they've been doing this for years and years and years, and I've been following them for years and years and years. So when I say favorites, these are favorites from people that I follow and trust. Now, we have a full face to do today, and I have a full face worth of drugstore makeup. Now, when I say drugstore, not everything is found actually at the drugstore, but are definitely drugstore prices. For example, the primer that I'm using today from Flower Beauty, this is their Supernova Celestial Priming Whip. Now, this here has been raved about by a few YouTubers that I follow, and I've been very interested in finding this. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find it in a storefront anywhere near where I am. So I had to order it online from Flower Beauty. Luckily, they have free shipping if you pay a certain amount, blah, blah, blah. So of course I got extra products. One of them being what's on my lips right now. It's the Color Shift Lip Smoothie. Now this comes in one color. It is a light pink shade. And when you put it on, let me see here if I can do it. See, when you put it on, it is a clear pink. However, because they use this pH technology, it adjusts to your lip color. So what I wear isn't going to look the same on you. So it adjusts to everyone. Now, besides the pretty color that it ends up developing on my skin, it feels so smooth and hydrating. I really love how this feels. So it's the perfect thing for me to start with when I'm beginning my makeup to prime my lips. So I'm going to shake it up. And from what I've noticed on several channels, a little bit goes a long way. Ooh, look at her puff up. Now I have a Band-Aid on this hand. Ew, ugly. So I'm going to try and work around it. Let's see if we can do it. Now I do, ooh, feels obviously foamy and a little weird. I do have my skincare on. I do have sunscreen on, but I did all that several hours ago, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so this does feel, I want to say a little liquidy when it goes on. You definitely don't need a lot. Let's have a look. Yeah, it definitely gives your skin that kind of a glowy, brightening effect. So if you're feeling, you know, dull and dry maybe someday and you don't want to wear makeup, this is really lovely because it's lightweight, you don't feel it, but you definitely get like a nice glow to it. Now, is it going to do anything to enhance the wear of my makeup? I don't know. It's going to take trying it with several different foundations. I don't know how it's going to affect today's foundation, but I guess we'll find out. And now, like with all primers, I'm going to let this sit on my face for a couple minutes before going in with the foundation. However, as of late, I've been doing my eyebrows before I do my foundation. That way I can kind of clean them up with the foundation if I've gone a little crazy. And I literally have 4 eyebrow products. Well, 3, because these 2 I got in 2 different colors. So from NYX, I got the Lift and Snatch. I got it in both the shade Blonde and Taupe because I wasn't sure which was going to be right for me. And sometimes it's nice to use 2 colors. And then from Milani, I got the Microblading Pen. Now this here was highly raved. However, it only came in 3 colors, all of which I feel are too dark for me. This is the lightest shade, and I think it's medium brown, which I think that's going to be too dark for my hair, but I wanted to give it a try to see how I like the formula. Because if it's good, well, maybe they'll come out with another lighter shade at some point. So let's see how all of these work. And from NYX, we have the Brow Glue. Now, this is highly rated, hard to find, and I have high hopes for this. This helps give you like that laminated look with your eyebrows, kind of sticking them up and in place, or actually laying them down any way you want them. But this brow glue here is supposed to be super good. I'm going to tear into all these packages. This is seriously the worst part. All right, so after ripping this open, it says on the box, shake pen at downward angle, fill in sparse areas with precise hair-like strokes, and add definition to other brow areas. Well, I can do that. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the blonde shade first. Let's see what the color looks like. It is super duper light. So that actually might be nice for the inside areas of my eyebrow where I don't want that super dark. Yeah, because it is really light. And then the taupe, let's see over here. Yeah, the taupe is giving us a little more slightly darker, which I really like that shade a lot. All right, let's start on the inside first. And I have my contacts out and I'm blind as a bat, but I need to have them out so I can see up close. So sorry about this terrible angle you're gonna have. Yeah, I like this, although I think it might be a little too warm. Yeah, this blonde might not be right for me. Let's just fill in a little bit. Yeah, that's not the right color for me. Moving on to the taupe shade, let's see how that is. Okay, that shade is better for me. I do like that. And I do, of course, like how microfine that tip is. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think it's filling in nicely without looking crazy. I think it's looking natural. What do you think? Or are you like, get that mirror out of your face, I can't see a damn thing. So far, from eyebrow to eyebrow, I think this is nice. We all know I could go on and on and on and keep filling and filling. I'm going to do the other eyebrows so they match, hopefully. Well, I don't know if they quite match because do they ever on me? But so far, so good. The worst part is when you do your brows first, you look super crazy. So I'm sorry about that. The look will come together, I promise. But as for the NYX Lift and Snatch, I like it. Yep, and taupe is my shade. Okay, so now we're gonna try the Milani microblading pen in the shade medium brown. It's not gonna be my shade. I'm kind of worried about looking crazy, but it's just us. I literally haven't tried any of these products except for the lip smoothie and, well, you'll see one other thing in a minute. Seriously, am I the only one who fights with packaging? All right, now what does this say on here? It has so many names. Weekend Brow, microblading pen. How many names do we need? All right, again, shake well before use to dispense color. All right, let's see the color on this one here. Yep, it is darker, obviously, because the color is medium brown. Let's use just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna fill in my sparser areas just lightly. Yeah, this is something I would use just to add a few hairs because if I were to do my whole brow in this, it would be too dark. But it does put down nice little hair-like strokes. Could I go overboard with this? Definitely. I'm stopping right where I am. All right, so this Milani Weekend Brow Microblading Brow Pen, I like it a lot. The color's a little too dark for me, but I'm not hating it. I think it's really nice. Maybe they'll come out with a taupe. Please, Milani, taupe, please. All right, I do have this brow glue. I'm going to leave it until after I've done pretty much my whole face in my powder because I don't like when the powder then sticks to whatever, you know, brow setting formula you use. So I'm going to wait to use this until the end. All right, friends, the next two products we have, we're doing our complexion. From L'Oreal, I have the Infallible Fresh Wear in the shade 435. It actually was kind of a pain for me to find this shade. It must be very popular. I'm hoping it's going to be a good match for me. I tried matching it on their website. We will see. Fingers crossed. And then for concealer from L'Oreal, also I have the Infallible Full Wear. Now this here I got in the shade Vanilla, and I am worried that this might be too yellow. We will see though. I think overall, I'm not going to worry a lot about the shades. I'm going to worry about how it actually goes on, how it lasts, and how it makes my skin look. That's going to be a little more important than the shade. We can always, you know, warm up or cool down with our other products, but we'll do the best with what we have. And now here's the fun part. So this is what I had to break into. I couldn't help myself. Harush was talking about these brushes here from EcoTools. It's the 360-degree Ultimate Blend brushes. Now, when Harush recommends something, I have no problem with it because she knows her shit. These 3 brushes here are meant for cream products. Now I haven't used the middle size one yet. So I have used this larger size one. This is for foundation. I've used the small one. This is for either concealer. I've actually been using it a little bit for blending nose contour. It's so nice. Both of these work great. And then this medium-sized one here, this is for doing cheek color. You could use it for highlighter or bronzer. So today we will be using it for cheek color. But we are going to start off using this one here for our foundation today. I like this so much. I was super impressed with it. So this little kit here from EcoTools was $16 for 3 brushes. Are you kidding me? I pay more than $16 for 1 brush. So far, I've used this with 2 different foundations of mine, and it has worked so nicely. If you sometimes think that, you know, you're not great at blending or you don't know what tools to use, this is so beginner friendly. Actually, everyone should have this. I don't care how advanced you are. This actually, obviously it reminds me of the Artiste brushes, although I think it's nicer. I had an Artiste brush. I paid a lot of money for it and I didn't like it that much. This here, I like so much. So we're gonna play with this today. All right, I'm gonna go in with the concealer first. Ooh, that is a big wand. Do you see that? Let's see how we like this. Oh, yeah. See, it's very yellow, so not perfect for me, but let's see what we get. Ooh, and also I picked up an oldie but goodie. This here from Real Techniques. This is their beauty sponge. It is so nice. I've gone through so many of these over the years. You don't have to spend $20 on the Beauty Blender. You can get this one here. I think it's like $5.99. I think that's what I paid for at Ulta. It's so nice. I haven't used it yet, although look, there's a little black dot on there. Do you see that? Am I the only person who buys things and they're never in perfect condition, no matter what I buy? Am I alone in this? Ugh, a black dot. What the hell? So it is wet. I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit of the moisture onto a paper towel because I want it to remain damp. Never use these dry. It's not going to do anything for you. All right, so on this side, I'm going to just tap in. Okay. Well, initial reactions, this dries down very quickly, which I'm not a big fan of. You know, I love my Dior Skin Forever, Skin Correct, whatever it's called, partially because I have a little bit of playtime with it. It doesn't dry down immediately, so I can move it around, get it exactly where I want it. And very often, these ones that dry down quickly, look, I look nuts. I find that they actually are like, leave like a drying look on the skin. Like, yeah, this is not cute. This is already emphasizing lines that I actually don't have. Oh, okay. So far, I'm not liking this. Now, could I have grabbed the wrong one? I mean, whoosh, yellow. So this is the Infallible Full Wear. Could there be another Infallible concealer that was the better one? Did I get the wrong one by accident? I'm gonna have to investigate that further, but for today's video, this is what we're going with. Oh, yeah, so far, not in love with this. Now, don't forget, makeup reacts different to different skin types. Currently, my skin is pretty normal. It is slightly dry, but not that much, especially because I've been using a lot of hydrating products. I'm not like having any like flaking or actual dry patches. So my skin is pretty normal right now. Maybe if your skin was a little oilier, this would work better for you. But for me right now, I don't think this is the drugstore concealer for me. Oh, she looks nuts. I will say it is definitely good at covering up any redness. So that's nice. But I think the formula is just too dry for under my eyes. Yeah, it even feels like it feels dry. I'm gonna have to find someone with oilier skin to pass this on to. All right, let's go into the Infallible Fresh Wear. Now, I remember trying this when it first came out a couple of years ago, and I was like, I don't know. Now, here's the thing. It does have SPF in it, which for me, very often isn't a good thing. I sometimes break out from foundations that have SPF in it, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen. We'll see. But I'm also hoping that using this EcoTools brush is actually going to make for a really nice application of this. Let's see. So as I mentioned, I have shade 435. I'm just going to pump out some on the back of my hand and dot it on my face. All right, let's see how this goes. I love this brush so much. Do you see how that just spreads it like boom? She blended. It's so nice and easy. I mean, if you worry about like, oh, I'm not good at blending, this brush does it for you. Now you're supposed to take it in circular motions. Obviously in the smaller areas, it's a little harder, but it's so nice. Try and cover up that concealer a little bit. Now I'm wondering if maybe it's not reacting well to the primer. Maybe it doesn't like the primer from Flower Beauty. That could be. Honestly, I should have done primer on one side, not on the other, blah, blah, blah. But this isn't a wear test. This is more trying out others' favorites from the drugstore because I want to see how they work for me. So right off the bat, you can see this side has the foundation, this side doesn't. It covers really nicely. I think the shade is a pretty good match for me. Might be a little light, but we can, you know, fix that up with a little bit of bronzer. But so far, I am not hating this. Let's go on this side with a generous amount because I'm going to cover my chin and upper lip too with it. Okay, so looking at it in the mirror, the shade isn't cool enough for my undertone. I believe that this said that it was like something rose and it was for cool undertones. I don't think it's cool enough for me. I think it still looks a little too yellow with my very cool undertones. And I feel like it looks a little more makeup-y on me than I would prefer it to. I do like when, you know, foundation kind of blends more nicely with my skin, making it look more like skin. But we're going to go over it with the damp blender from Real Techniques and just try and get the foundation to meld with my skin a little more nicely. Here's the thing about makeup. We can make anything work regardless of its price point. Sometimes you just have to blend a little longer to get the effect you're looking for. All right, I have blended and blended. I don't think that this is the foundation for me. I just feel like it looks a little too drying on my skin. I think it's like accentuating things that I don't normally have to worry about. It's kind of giving me lines under my eyes, which I normally don't have. It's making my pores look a little bigger, which normally isn't an issue for me. Yeah, I don't think that this is the formula of foundation that's right for me. But you know what? I will give it another shot because maybe it doesn't like this primer. So it's not one and done. It's we'll give you another shot. Now, a big bummer for me was that I was unable to find a cream bronzer that was well rated from the drugstore. I love my Chanel cream bronzer. I especially love it in the winter and the summer and the spring and the fall. I love it all year round. I just think it's so nice. It doesn't make my skin look dry. It keeps it, you know, just looking glowy and natural and hydrated, but not shiny. And I was hoping to find something like that from the drugstore, but I was unable to. So I do have from Milani this here powder bronzer. It's their Silky Matte. I have it in the shade 01 Sunlight. It's a pretty color. So you can see that it's a nice light color, which is going to be good for me. So yeah, it's a nice light shade. It feels nice and silky. So I don't think it's going to be patchy. Well, let's give it a shot. All right, let's just warm up. Yeah, so it is light. Okay, so I don't feel like it's warming up my skin as much as I would like, although maybe it's just because it's a different shade of bronze than others that I have. It does remind me a little bit of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I used to use that one, and it was a lovely one, but I wanted to try something different since I was already super familiar with that one. Let's face it, I can go a little ham when I'm using bronzer. I just really like it. But what product do I not do that with? I like them all. It feels like the foundation is getting more and more yellow the farther in I go. Do I love it? I don't know because the foundation is making me so crazy. But I think it's a nice shade. It went on really nicely. I don't think it's patchy. I think it's smooth. It's not shiny or glittery. I think it's a really nice formula. So I'm definitely going to be using it again. Now you may think I'm going a little bit out of order with my face powders, but I actually like to use my bronzer first before I go in with the face powder, because I don't want to be like layering powder on top of powder, especially when this foundation seems a little more drying than I had thought it would be. So I'm not going to use the powder where I have put the bronzer. This way I'm not like layered powder after powder after powder. So here are two that I was super excited. This one here from number 7, this is their Lift Illuminate. I have it in the shade Light. This was so hard to find. When I say it was so hard to find, I think I went to like 7 stores. It took me on a journey to get this, but I was super determined because everyone, look, I just touched it and ruined that pretty little mirror finish. But everyone who like talked about this raved how close it was to the Charlotte Tilbury, was it the airbrush finish? I can't remember what it's called. I had that for a long time. Then I dropped it. It smashed to smithereens and I didn't buy another one. So now I'm going to be trying this one to see how I feel it works in comparison to that one. Now I bought this to use just under my eyes because it said it didn't enhance any lines or make you look crepey or anything. So that's where we're going to go with it. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. There is that smoothing effect that the Charlotte Tilbury has. Okay, number 7. I see you. I like you. Yeah, this is worth it. This is totally worth the hype. Okay, stop. Yes, that gives a really beautiful smoothing effect to the under eye area. And I'm sure you could definitely use it all over the face, but I have something else we're going to use. From Wet n Wild, it's the Photo Focus. People have raved about this for years and years and years. I never bothered to buy it until now. Oh, that's so satisfying. I, of course, do have it in the translucent shade. And I'm going to use this just to set the other areas of my face. Oh God, this is nice. This is really nice. Okay, just go all over, girl. Just have at it. Yeah, that leaves a really beautiful finish to the skin. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go over with my bronzer again, but ooh, it's pretty. Yep. Now, everyone has raved about this for a long time. I don't know what took me so long to get on board. I am a bit of a snob about powders because powders make such a big difference in just like setting your makeup, helping it last longer. And then at the end of your routine, if you need to finish your makeup just to set it. And this here is super pretty. And actually, I really look forward to seeing how it's going to work on top of some of my more favorite foundations. Ooh. Here I go, layering the powders, and that is not what I wanted to do. But sometimes I can't be controlled. Yeah, these powders, I'm looking forward to trying them over and over again. Okay, so you all know I have a problem with blushes, and it didn't stop. I got 3 more from the drugstore. So from Flower Beauty, I have the Blush Balm in the shade Pinched. From Wet n Wild, I have the shade Nudist Society. And from Milani, the shade Coral Crush. So I basically have 3 different formulas here. Here we have, you know, your normal dry powder blush. Here I have what is basically, I think, more like a cheek stain. And then I have a cream product. Now, my initial plan was I was going to go down with the Wet n Wild first. Should we do that? All right, let's see Nudist Society here. So obviously it is a nude shade. What does it do on my skin? Ooh, it gives like a nice kind of like peachy color. I like that. And it does look like it has a little bit of a ship. Oh, look at how powdery. Oh my God. Okay. Be careful. Woo, it's everywhere. Let's just give a little bit up here to kind of help with the bronzer. Yeah, that's really pretty. Super natural. I like that. It's kind of, obviously it's light. It's kind of like that natural girl next door kind of color. I like, but yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, I do have a bit of a powder mess here, but that's okay. I mean, from Wet n Wild, these are super affordable, so I'm not worried about losing powder. Although it does seem to be all over me. All right, let's check out both these shades here This one from Flower Beauty. Oh my God, seriously. Okay, so as I mentioned, this blush balm is in the shade Pinched. Let's see, can you see? That's got that cute little tube. Ooh, look at the color coming out. That's very satisfying. Let's see the shade. That's pretty peachy, and actually it is very similar to the other color. Okay, because it is so similar, let's just put a little bit on my cheeks. All right, let's just do a little bit here. Yeah, I think those colors are basically identical. So, and I think actually using this on top of a powder may have lifted my makeup a little bit. So I think this is something you would probably use maybe on a bare cheek, but definitely not over top of powder like I can with my Rare Beauty. This here works awesome on top of powder, and actually so does my Ilia Multi-Stick. So the Flower Beauty one, even though it's pretty, I can't use it the way I use my other cream blushes. All right, and then Coral Crush from Milani. So this one here, this particular color has been raved about by a lot of people on YouTube. And when I saw it in store, I was like, oh my God, look at that color. And I know very well that colors like this look crazy in the pan. You're afraid you're gonna look like a clown, but usually it just gives you like this almost like translucent flush of color. And it's not really like this on your cheek. So let's get our fingers crossed. I'm gonna put my finger in here for the first time. It feels very balmy. It's like putting your hand into like a lip gloss. So I went ham on that. Let's see on my arm what we get. Okay, so there's the color. Let's kind of blend it out. Yeah, so you can see when you blend it out, it is a much lovelier flush of color. I think I'm going to go in with this brush. I'm going to just dab it in here a little bit, get a little bit of color, and just put it on the apples of my cheeks. I know she's looking crazy. Relax, it's going to be okay. Now, don't forget, I always go in with a little more cheek color than necessary because I go over top with a finishing powder, and the finishing powder usually dulls it down. Now, one of the nice things that I heard about this particular color and this particular formula is that it lasts all day long, which is huge because blush is always the first thing to wear off. And I know right now you're like, girl, you look like a clown. Not for long. I know, I got a mirror. I can see what's happening. It's going to be okay. Now, because no one has spoken about any sort of finishing powder that rivals anything like the Hourglass Ambient Powders or even the Hourglass Mineral Veil or my Jaclyn Cosmetics, which I love, 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 I'm going to just go back in with the number 7 and use that as our finishing powder. So this will take it down a little bit. I will definitely admit that this shade is a little brighter than what I normally go with. Is it something I'm going to use that often? I don't know. Like I say, I need to try it with my other products that are my tried and trues to see how it works with them. The shade is a little bright, but summer's coming, so I do like a slightly brighter cheek. I do need to be like a little better about really targeting where I'm putting it. I went a little too wide, which isn't super great, but we have highlighter to come next. And this here I'm super excited about. This is from Wet n Wild. It is the Hello Halo. This is a liquid highlighter, and it kind of reminded me of my Cover FX drops. So let's see. It's cool because it comes with this little applicator here. Let's see what the shade looks like. Nice and golden and glowy. And do you see how when that spreads out, it isn't like glittery? It's just kind of that lit from within. So pretty. And I think it was like $4. Are you kidding me? $4? I think the shade is Gilded Glow. There were 2 other shades. One was kind of like a lighter, like whitish pink, which I felt was going to be too light and white for me. And the other, I can't remember if it was like darker, but I just remember thinking that this would be like the right one for me. Okay, so let's just do 3 tiny dots. Yep, she glowy, that's for sure. But then it like just settles in. That is so pretty. It's not like bam. It's just really, really pretty. It just blends in so nicely. It doesn't leave like a stripe on your face. It just blends in. That's so pretty. Yeah, these Hello Halo drops from Wet n Wild, I am super into these. You are so pretty. Okay, I have to admit, the two things that weren't really like everyone super loved was eye primer and actually eyeshadow. There weren't people like raving all over the place about eyeshadow. So I did this on my own and I picked up from Revolution Makeup the Ultimate Nudes. This is the light palette. I couldn't help it. These colors just spoke to me. I think they're pretty. Let's play with them. Is it just me or did the color from that Coral Crush kind of get a little nicer when I put the highlighter from Wet n Wild on? It might be just me, but I like it. Oh my gosh, look at those pretty colors. These two are totally me. I mean, right? This one here is a little too cool for me, so I probably wouldn't use it. This looks like an outer corner to me. And all of these sparkly, shiny ones, I want all over my lid. Now, I'm going to be honest here and tell you, I have never used an eye palette from Revolution. As a matter of fact, I haven't used many of their products, so I have no idea what to expect here. So let's see what we can make happen. I'm not feeling like I need to go crazy. So I think today, let's go with this color down here, and I'm just going to go all over. Oh, it's nice. It's not like super powdery. Good. Although honestly, at this price point, who cares? Little windshield wiper motions, then circles to move the color around. And it's going on nice and smooth. It's not patchy. It's buildable and pretty. Is it the best formula I've ever had on my eyeballs? No. But is it nice and easy to use? Yep. Like I said, I'm going to use this brown shade just on the outer corner. Okay, it's not, well, let's see here. It doesn't seem as dark. I guess it's buildable, so that's fine. I'm going to take it into the crease just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, is it, you know, blowing my socks off? No. But is it nice and workable? Yeah. I'm going to go with whatever's left on the brush and just go under the lower lash line. All right, and here we are. And of course, these purples are super speaking to me, but because of the look I've done today, I'm thinking we're just going to go with this one right here. Let's see what this color is. I am all the colors on this arm today. It's pretty. I don't know. Let's just look at these other colors real quick. This one here. It's a lot lighter than I would expect. This darker one down here. Let's go next. Ooh, that's a lot lighter than I would expect. You see that? It's way more lavender than I would expect. Okay, let's look at this one here on top and over here. What? I don't think that these shades in the pan really, look at that, really represent well for swatches. All right, I actually think I'm going to go with this one here. So these kind of shimmers are definitely not what I was hoping for. They're fine. I just don't think the color in the pan is represented on what actually ends up on your face. It's okay. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't look terrible. You definitely have to use your finger on this because a brush is not going to pick up anything. I am not loving the shade in the center. Let's go over it with this one here. Yeah, this is probably what I should have done from the beginning. Those purples were just calling me, but it was not their day. Ooh, she got a whole lot happening. I think I'm going to take this lighter, brighter pink on the top here and use that in the inner third of my eye. It's not bad. It's natural. Well, as natural as I get. The colors I think are pretty. I definitely don't think that these like shimmer formulas are that great. This center color here is almost nothing when it's on the lid. These two are very similar, yet this one has not nearly the payoff as this one. Ugh. So a little disappointed, but it doesn't look terrible. Like I could definitely wear this the rest of the day and be fine with it. It's just not what I'm used to in quality or, you know, color payoff. Let's just deepen up the outer corner again. Yeah, and I don't think that this brown is deep enough. When in doubt, blend. Okay, so Ultimate Nudes, not my ultimate favorite, but not horrible. So somewhere in between. Now I have been hoping to use that brown for my eyeliner because you know I don't usually use eyeliner pencils or gel pens or anything like that. But since this isn't that dark, I'm just going to have to use one of my darker shades from another palette. Be right back. Oh my God, we are totally getting there. For one of my favorite parts, it is mascara. And today I have from L'Oreal, this is the Bambi Effect. Is that what it's called? No, the Bambi Eye Mascara. I have it in the shade 405 Blackest Black in the waterproof version because I have watery eyes and they liked it very much. Now they didn't compare it to anything. They didn't say it was their favorite in the world. They said they liked it a lot. So you know me, I am always looking to try new mascaras. It is kind of a problem, but I love mascara. So right off the bat, even on the package, it shows like right here what the wand is. And well, I don't like those plastic spiky wands. So we will see how I like this. Let me curl my lashes first. And I just noticed I didn't have an inner corner highlight. Who am I? I'm going to go back into my Hello Halo. I'm going to use a little brush and do my inner corner highlights. All right, Bambi eyes, let's see what you got. Yep, I do not adore that wand, but let's see. It's actually different all the way around. Isn't that weird? Is it like it's, I don't know. I don't know. What's going on with this wand? Okay, not bad. Not bad. Is it just me or does it not seem as black? Is it just me? That is one thing that drives me mental about mascara packaging. It'll be like black, blackest black, midnight black. Like, how do you have so many different shades of black? It makes me crazy. What I usually do is go by the number on the package. So like here, this shade is number 405. If there was a number 406 or 407 in a waterproof, I would get that because it seems to me that like the higher the number, maybe the blacker the black. I don't know. That's what I do. What do you do? So I'm going over with a second coat as I always do because you know me, I want my lashes to create a breeze when I blink. I feel like this wand is just weird because with a bristle brush, at least there are bristles all the way around. This has areas where there are no bristles. So I'm like, am I wiping it on with bristles? What's happening here? I don't understand. So yeah, I don't understand the wand. Okay, so Bambi Eyes from L'Oreal. You're okay. You're okay. You're starting to grow on me a little bit. I'm definitely gonna try it again. And I have to like really investigate this wand because it's so weird. Okay, all right, let's wrap this up with lips from NYX. I have their lip pencil in the shade Nude Beige. So let's go up here and yep, exactly as advertised, a nude beige. Now, unfortunately, there was another NYX lip pencil and actually a Milani lip pencil, and I couldn't find them anywhere. So I will be on the hunt for them forever until I find them, and hopefully in upcoming videos we will have them then. However, today it is just this lip pencil here. Now, lip colors, no one was talking about lipsticks, which is fine. I mean, lipsticks aren't really happening right now because we're all wearing a mask. It's usually, you know, everyone's talking about like glosses, balms, things like that that are hydrating and nourishing that, you know, aren't really going to be, you know, such a big deal to waste your money on. Whereas a lipstick, you can spend a lot of money on a lipstick. However, the recommendation that I had seen several times was from Milani. This is their Keep It Full. This is in the shade Champagne. So obviously this is just like a lip topping color. Let's go. I have run out of room. This girl is a mess. Where are we going? Let's, oh my God. All right, let's go here. Oh, so it does have a little bit of color to it. It is a peachy, shiny topper, which is great. It is also supposed to be lip plumping, which is great. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in my lips completely with the nude beige from NYX and then top it with the champagne lip plumper. I have always liked the NYX lip liners. They just do such a great job. They're never like stiff and they don't drag on your lips. They don't hurt. They're so good. Now, because my cheeks are so bright, I'm doing my whole lip filled in with the nude beige because that's really going to keep my face from being like bright everywhere. All right, so this Milani Keep It Full. It feels nice. It has a bit of that minty scent, which is nice. And giving myself that nude glossy lip helps balance out my cheek color, which I like that very much. Is it just me or does like everyone like the minty? I know like lots of lip glosses are like, sometimes they're like vanilla or like that cake batter type flavor. I like the mint. I just like the freshness of it. Like if you're speaking with someone, like if you're having a conversation with someone in person, not socially distant, that whatever they're smelling off of you is like minty and fresh. I just like that. So overall, I think this look turned out pretty nicely. It's all drugstore except for my eye base and the shadow that I used to line my eyes. I think it turned out really pretty. Now, am I going to use everything again? Yes, because they all need multiple shots to see how well they work with other products. The foundation and the concealer, I'm not super in love with. I will give them another shot. I will do it with a more like moisturizing primer because maybe that's what it needs. Maybe it needs like the juiciness of moisture to help them work better. I really liked the glow that the Flower Beauty, what is this called? Supernova Celestial. I like the glow it gave a lot, so I'm going to use it with some of my other foundations and see how that works. I don't know if it's supposed to extend the wear of my makeup or if it's just to help you give a glow. But either way, I like it. I don't think that it did anything wrong. I don't think that it did anything right. I'm not sure what it's doing at this point. But it's definitely pretty enough to wear on its own if you're having like a no makeup day. And actually, if you were going to do that, have a no makeup day, using this flower blush right here would be the perfect complement to it. Of course it would be. It's the same company. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do the brow glue. Jeez Louise. There was a reason we waited. Okay, so I want to just clean out my brows, get out any loose powder that had gotten in there when I was putting on my other products. Okay, now the NYX Brow Glue. This is kind of like the thing right now. I'm seeing the brow glue be talked about everywhere. All right, so as you can see, it is clear and it is supposed to be non-sticky. Now, I don't know about that. I mean, do you see that like string that's coming off of there? That's a little sticky, I would think. But let's see. I'm just gonna wipe a little bit off onto my hand. And let's go and make these brows stand up and say hello. Come on, girls. Come on. Ugh. Actually, it doesn't feel like super gluey like I thought it would, which is great. But I do want them to stay in place. So it does need to have a kind of a glue-like effect to it. This side over here is not playing nicely because if you remember, I am currently testing out the Grande Brow, which you need to use for like 3 to 4 months before you really see results. So I do have a little bit of brows coming in here and there in patchy, weird areas. So, and I'm not willing to pluck them out because I want to see how this stuff works. All right, so let's do this side. It definitely like separates and defines and makes those hairs look like hairs, which is great. This is pretty dang good. I mean, if my brows stay in place and don't move, then this stuff is totally worth it. Now, I did get this at Ulta. I didn't see it anywhere else. It seemed to be sold out at other locations like Target, but okay. You know me. I'll buy anything for my brows. All right, so what do we think of my final drugstore look? I don't know what I spent on all these products totaled. I will have to find out and put it in the description below because I went to probably, I think around 7 stores in total trying to get every single thing I wanted. So I have 7 different receipts. However, I have a feeling it's way, way cheaper than I would have spent on, let's say, 3 or 4 products from Sephora. So right off the bat, I already have a few favorites. I love these brushes from EcoTools. Not only do I recommend them, I'm telling you, go buy them. It's the best $16 you will ever spend. And then these Hello Halo drops from Wet n Wild in the shade Champagne. I got this at Walgreens, and I think it was around $4 or $5. If you don't buy this, we're not friends anymore. Just kidding, but you gotta buy it. And of course, I love this color shift from Flower. You know how I am about lip products. This is great. I just wish I could find it in stores around here. I'm pretty pleased with these NYX, what are they? Lift and Snatch eyebrow pencils. I think even though I have the blonde, which is too light, and I have the taupe, which I think made my brows a little too gray, I'm gonna look for a lighter brown color and give that a shade because at this price point and, well, what I do for my brows, I think it'd be worth it to get another one. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions about any of these products, let me know in the comments below. I will have them all linked in the description box. Now, if you're using any of these products and super enjoying them, and I'm using them a little wrong in your eyes, let me know in the comments below. Because of course I want to use my products the way they're intended to be used, or at least find the best way to use them. I don't want to throw them out or give them away if I don't have to. Plus, just look at all the money I saved my husband by buying all these products at the drugstore. If you enjoyed seeing me review these drugstore products, give me a thumbs up and let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. I want to thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you real soon. Mwah!